Hello, dear listener. Let me tell you a magical story. Is it true? I don't know. You decide. Tommy was a small boy with big, curious eyes. He lived in a blue house with his parents and his little sister. Every Saturday, they visited Grandpa, who lived in an old house at the end of the street. Tommy loved his grandpa very much. Grandpa had white hair and a kind smile. He always told funny stories about when he was young. Grandpa used to be a famous dancer. He danced in big theaters and on TV shows. People clapped and cheered when they saw him dance. When I was your age, Grandpa told Tommy, I wanted to fly, but I couldn't grow wings, so I learned to dance instead. In Grandpa's bedroom, there was a wooden shelf with many boxes. One box was special. It was red with gold stars on it. Inside this box were shiny black shoes. They looked new, even though they were very old. These are my magic shoes, Grandpa said one day. He opened the box carefully, like it held treasure. Tommy touched the shoes. They felt smooth and cool. Can you still dance in them? Tommy asked. Grandpa shook his head. No, not anymore. My legs are too old now. They don't dance anymore, Grandpa said with a sad smile. They only remember. Tommy didn't understand what Grandpa meant. How could shoes remember? One night, when everyone was asleep, Tommy couldn't stop thinking about the magic shoes. He walked quietly to Grandpa's room. The door was open. Grandpa was sleeping in his big chair by the window. Tommy found the red box on the shelf. He opened it slowly. The shoes looked new, even though they were very old. The moonlight made them shine. Grandpa, Tommy whispered. Grandpa, wake up! Grandpa opened his eyes. Tommy, what are you doing up so late? I want to see the magic shoes, Tommy said. He showed the box to Grandpa. Grandpa smiled. Ah, my old friends. Can you try them on? Tommy asked. Please? Grandpa looked at the shoes for a long time. Then he agreed. Tommy helped Grandpa put on the shiny black shoes. They fit perfectly, like they were waiting for him. Grandpa stood up, slow and careful. His hands shook a little. He held on to Tommy's shoulder. Then, something changed. The room seemed to glow with a soft golden light. The air felt warm and tingly. Music started playing soft and sweet, full of laughter and violins. It came from nowhere and everywhere. Grandpa smiled. His eyes were bright and young. Do you hear that? He asked. It's our song. Your grandma and I danced to this song at our wedding. Tommy looked around. The living room was changing. The walls were gold. The furniture disappeared. Many people in beautiful clothes were dancing and laughing. A young woman with long, dark hair and a blue dress walked toward Grandpa. She was the most beautiful woman Tommy had ever seen. It's Grandma, Tommy said in surprise. He had only seen her in old photos. She died before he was born. Grandpa let go of Tommy's shoulder. He stood straight and tall, like a young man. He walked to Grandma and took her hand. Grandpa and Grandma danced like stars in the sky. They moved like they had wings. They spun and twirled and jumped. Everyone watched them and clapped. Tommy clapped and laughed too. He had never seen Grandpa so happy, so alive. The music played louder. The room filled with color and light. Tommy felt like he was in a dream. Then, slowly, the music ended. The golden light faded. The room turned back to normal. The people disappeared. Only Tommy and Grandpa remained. Grandpa sat down in his chair. He looked tired but happy. "Thank you," he said to Tommy. "The shoes remembered for me. They remembered the happiest day of my life." Tommy helped Grandpa take off the shoes and put them back in the box. "Can we do it again?" Tommy asked. "Yes," Grandpa said, "but not too often. Magic should be special." From then on, Tommy and Grandpa danced every Saturday, not to remember the past, but to make new memories. Grandpa taught Tommy how to dance. First, simple steps, then more difficult ones. Tommy wasn't as good as Grandpa, but he tried hard. Sometimes they danced outside in the garden under the stars. Neighbors stopped to watch. They clapped and smiled. Soon, other people joined them. Mrs. Lee from next door, Mr. Garcia and his dog, even Tommy's teacher, Miss Brown. A girl named Lily brought her violin and played music for them. A boy named Jack brought a drum. Tommy's little sister danced too, spinning in circles until she got dizzy. The shoes seemed to share their joy with everyone. When Grandpa wore them, everyone felt happy and light. One day, when Grandpa was resting, Tommy asked if he could try on the magic shoes. "They might be too big for you," Grandpa said, "but you can try." Tommy put on the shoes. They were big, but they didn't fall off. He stood up and waited. The music started again. This time, it was faster, more playful. Tommy felt his feet moving by themselves. He danced around the room, jumping and spinning. His little sister clapped her hands. "Me too," she said. Tommy took her hands and they danced together. Then he danced with his mom, who laughed and said she hadn't danced in years. Each step they took made them feel closer, not just to each other, but to the people before them, to Grandpa, to Grandma, to all the people who had danced and loved and lived. The shoes shared memories with everyone, old memories and new ones, too. That night, Tommy had an idea. He found a pen and wrote something on the inside of the red box. "Magic lives in love." Grandpa saw it the next day and smiled. "That's right," he said. "The real magic was never in the shoes. It was in here." He pointed to his heart. Tommy understood now. The shoes didn't make the magic. The magic was already there, in the memories, in the love they shared. Every Saturday, they still danced. And every time, the room filled with golden light and music. Not because of magic shoes, but because of love